Good morning, attendees. We're just waiting for Chief Smith to log on so I can have a quorum to start the meeting.
Yay, it's working. Is it working?
Yes, I was looking for you. I was calling you all over the place.
Yeah, third attempt at launching. I don't know what the deal is. I think our network is fighting with me, but I'm in.
Okay, great. Are we ready to start the meeting?
Sure.
I'd like to open the Licensing Commission remote meeting on Wednesday, July 27th, 2022. It is now 9:34 a.m. and I am going to do my legal language first. This meeting is recorded by video and audio in accordance with the state open meeting law pursuant to Chapter 107 of the Acts of 2022. The meeting will be conducted by remote participation. Additionally, all votes taken by the Licensing Commission during this and future remote meetings will be by roll call. If someone is calling in on a phone, they can press *9 to request to speak. If they are watching on a computer or device, there is a raised hand button that can be tapped or pressed to request to speak. Please use either of these to be recognized to speak. With us this morning is Chief Smith, Fire Chief Smith, Licensing Board Commission member, and Joanne Sino, City Clerk, and Chief Conley will not be able to attend this meeting. So the first item on the agenda is the approval of the June 28th, 2022 meeting minutes.
which I will have to abstain from because I did not attend that meeting.
Okay, so we're going to have to continue this to another meeting since we don't have a quorum to approve these minutes. Okay, so the next item on the agenda is the request of Daniel Egger, owner of the Last Stop Coffee Shop and Band Tricycle, for a street musician license pursuant to Gloucester Code of Ordinances, Chapter 3, Amusements, Article 2, Section 3-15, and Section 3-18B3. And this was continued from June 28th. So I'm going to bring Mr. Egger in to allow him to speak. Good morning. Could you just tell us a little bit about yourself and why you're applying for a street performer license?
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes.
We can.
Great. My wife and myself, Nancy Egger, Daniel Egger, purchased the Last Stop in 2019, and we've been running the Last Stop Coffee Shop since then on a seasonal basis. Last year, we were there for the whole year. It's basically a breakfast and lunch coffee shop with breakfast items and lunch items, basically grab and go. We also have seating inside and outside for small venues, small parties, and we've been actually this summer has been quite busy so far. Knock on wood. This is a request for my brother-in-law, Rich Parati. He has a small band that he's been practicing with. It's a 3-member band. It includes 2 guitars, 2 microphones, and a drum set. And they've been practicing an acoustic style music, acoustic only. And they're thinking of only for the summer season, possibly on Saturday from 10:30 to 1, something like that. And on Sunday from 11 to 1, something like that, in an outdoor setting within our property line limits. It's a very small band, as I've explained, and that's why I'm approaching the city to be authorized with a license to permit my brother-in-law's band Tricycle to play only on weekends, not weekdays, only on weekends. And I'm fully aware of the traffic. It's a very congested spot. We have Fisherman's Way, we have East Main Street, we have Mount Pleasant Road, and we have Ledge Road, all coming into that vicinity. And we have a lot of foot traffic, a lot of bicycle traffic, a lot of baby stroller traffic, a lot of runners. And I'm fully aware of that because I'm there almost every day. My aim is to not impede any public traffic with the band setting up. And if that is the case, I will not put up the band. But there's I have the location plan, the structural plan in front of me, and I'm actually looking at the northeast corner of the property, which is in front of the apartment door. There's a little space there, or actually the southeast corner, which is away from the front door, to be set up with the band. So that's why I'm approaching the Gloucester Licensing Commission for a street performer license.
Do you want to ask your questions? Because this is more of public safety, and then I'll ask my questions.
Yeah, so, for us, I don't see a huge public safety concern depending on how much stuff, so to speak, is going to be set up with this band. I don't know what amounts of equipment, and if there's egress in between the buildings. Obviously during a performance, you guys will have to be cognizant of that. It looks like there's a driveway right next to the building to the right, and then it looks like it's probably just an alleyway, and I don't know to what degree. It doesn't look like there's any real official access off of there for a stairwell, and it's hard to tell just from the street view on Google. I'd have to take a drive by. But in any case, no matter where the band is set up in front of your property where you're legally able to do that, if there's going to be equipment, obviously it has to be of a size and ability to readily move that if there's an emergency, right? Whether it be an EMS call or police matter or a fire incident, then that stuff's got to be able to shuffle out of the way pretty quickly. And most of our street performers are dealing with, guitars and things that are very portable and easy. So if you're talking about, drum sets or keyboards on stands and whatnot in this tight congested space, they're really going to have to make sure that they have it together on getting that stuff out of the way in an orderly fashion.
Got it. I hear you loud and clear.
All right, and the only other thing is, and this will go back more to the process itself, is just that obviously the abutters, you're in a mixed use area there. It looks like you got residential probably on both sides of you. Is there an apartment in this particular building as well?
Yes, there's apartment. We own the apartment upstairs.
Gotcha.
We're there on weekends. Dr. Pierce is next door. Know him very well. A very good neighbor, excellent, and I don't see an issue there. And on the other side of Fisherman Way is Tom, and there's 3 apartments there. And I will I have not approached them. I will approach them to the fact that the music may be played on weekends only during the midday.
Gotcha. Yeah, and obviously with any kind of noise type thing, if it generates complaints to the police department, they're gonna come by and tell them, okay, hey, you gotta stop because you got an abutter that objects, and if it's within their purview to do that, then they'll shut them down, and it is what it is. So it's usually the good neighbor policy of letting them know, hey, this is what's coming. Do you have any issues or objections or timing related things? Some folks are sleeping during the day because they work, night shifts. If you have that situation, then kind of working that out ahead saves you a lot of grief and hassle, and doing all of this to have it just kind of flop because there's an issue that has to be addressed. So just something to consider and make sure that you handle.
I hear you loud and clear. I totally agree with you. I hear you loud and clear.
Excellent.
Okay, that was my question, to be whether you notified the abutters around you and whether anyone had any issue with that on what you were trying to do. Usually on a street performer license, it's usually the person who is performing that we grant the license to. So if it was for your brother-in-law should have came and did this, but we could, if Chief doesn't have any objections, we could issue it to your name plus the band Tricycle, okay?
Yeah.
But usually what happens is the performer itself wouldn't, usually comes before the licensing commission on that.
I totally understand.
Okay, and it's on, like Chief said, it's on private property, but it's just the concern of traffic. And I'm sure, like he said, if there's any issues, we'll hear about it. And then I'm sure you'll do the right thing on whether to continue or not.
I'm a very a responsible citizen, put it that way.
Okay.
It's for all fronts, and for not for myself, but for my neighbors. I'm fully aware of that.
Okay. I do not have any more questions, Chief. Do you?
I do not. I will make the motion if you'd like.
Sure.
I move that the licensing commission vote to approve the request from Daniel Egger, owner of the Last Coffee Shop and the band Tricycle, for a street musician license pursuant to the Gloucester Code of Ordinance, Chapter 3 Amusements, Article 2, Sections 3-15 and Sections 3-18B3, which was continued from the 6/28 meeting.
You're moving it?
I am. So moved.
Seconded. Okay, roll call. Chief Smith?
Yes.
Joanne C notes yes. Motion passes 2 in favor, 0 opposed, and 1 absent. So, Mr. Egger, there is a $20 fee, and I issue a license. So when you speak to your neighbors, if you want to speak to your neighbors before you come in and pay that fee, it'll be available anytime. Just give me a call and I'll get it ready for you. And like to say to, if there's any issues, to work them out before you probably pay the fee, or not unless you want to just pay the fee and then take your chances. It's up to you.
Joanne, do you need anything in writing from my neighbors for you?
I don't think so. No,
Okay.
no. I
Will
mean,
do.
as long as they're in agreement with you and have no issues, and like the chief said, if there's any police calls for noise or kind of traffic or any other issues, then, you know, you'll be able to either address it or they'll come to the licensing board. And Chief Conley is the other member of the licensing commission. And so he'll know of any complaints.
Great, I hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Next item on the agenda is the request of the GHS hockey team to conduct a tag day on September 17th with a rain date of September 18th, 2022 at various city locations and supermarkets pursuant to Gloucester Code of Ordinances, Chapter 11, Section 11-16. And we have Tracy Louders here. Hi, Tracy.
Hi, Joanne. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Eric. So we are planning to have a pair of students at George's, the Building Center, Cape Ann Savings Bank, Stop and Shop, and Bank Gloucester. Possibly Walgreens, but I do not have that permission yet. There was another woman that was going to be speaking with someone there. So I do have signed confirmation from each manager at each establishment granting us permission to do a canning outside of their establishment between the hours of 9 to 2.
All right, and there'll be, you said there's going to be an adult with the pairings that you have out there, Tracy, is that correct?
We can arrange that if that's something that you request. I will make sure that that is set up. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, even though they're all high school kids, it's usually you know, the things that we end up hearing from the public is, you know, we don't know that these kids were legit and those kind of things. So the cans need to be clearly labeled, you know, if they have on, you know, their hockey jerseys or a team shirt or something to where it just helps better identify them. Doesn't look, they're not going to be in the road at all. They're going to be just up on the sidewalks and near entries, correct?
Yes, correct. No one will be in the.
All right, yeah. So you know, lids on the cans are one of those things that I don't know. I don't know why we get calls. People are concerned, but you know, they want the can to be you know, anti-theft to the greatest degree possible, and labeled in all those kind of things. So that seemed to come up. So, but other than that, yeah, that's all I have, and good event for you guys and gals. How many girls you got skating this year?
Oh, for the girls, I think pretty much all of them will be coming back except for one of the 8th graders went to another school. And so all the girls will be coming back.
Excellent. So all the kids on the teams are doing this, taking a turn at it.
As of right now, it's just for the GHS boys hockey.
Okay.
It wasn't part of the girls boosters, but you know, I have a son in the boys hockey and a girl in the girls hockey. So you may hear from me again another time.
Yeah, excellent. Outstanding.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
I don't have any questions or concerns because the chief has covered them all. Usually it's a routine on what we say on a tag day, as long as everything is labeled correctly. And there's an adult supervision on that. So I am all set. So Chief, would you like to make a motion?
I will move to approve the request of the GHS hockey team to conduct a tag day on September 17th, 2022, with a rain date of September 18th, 2022, at various city locations and supermarkets pursuant to the Gloucester Code of Ordinance, Chapter 11, Section 11-16. And regarding those locations, obviously they have to have signed approvals and permission to be there. And then again, with the caveats that we threw in about, you know, have on the right shirt or labeling on the can, all of the above. And I so move.
Second. Okay, roll call, Chief Smith,
Yes.
Joanne Steno's yes. Motion passes 2 in favor, 0 opposed, 1 absent. Okay, so Tracy, when you get a chance, can you come into the office and get the signed copy so that you can show anyone who needs proof that we approved your permit?
Okay. What is the best time to come in?
During our business hours, it'll be
Okay.
ready. It'll be ready after this meeting. I know sometimes you need to show proof of your permit. And
Yes.
so what I usually do is on your application, I sign off on it on behalf of the licensing commission, and I give you a true copy attest so that you have your permit in hand.
Great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right. So next item on the agenda is the request of the Knights of Columbus to conduct a tag day on August 27th on Stacy Boulevard pursuant to Gloucester Code of Ordinances, Chapter 11, Section 11-16. And we have Patty Natty or Mark Natty. Patty, you're all set?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. It's Mark. It's Mark,
Great.
but you're under
Yeah.
Patty.
It's her computer.
Okay.
They don't trust me with one, so bear with me. My name is Mark Natty. I'm the Grand Knight from the Knights of Columbus here in Gloucester. We request that we can tag or can on the eastern and western side of the Cut Bridge on August 27th from 9 to 3. We've done it in the past. And in the past, we were told that we would have to wear luminous vests while we're walking the line of cars that are stopped. We only collect when the bridge is up. So we have the vests. We have buckets, 5-gallon buckets that we use. We don't have buckets that we can cover. Because in the past, we found it harder for people to throw money out their window of their car, in a tiny little can. But all the buckets are marked with our logo on it. And we're very well, have our logos on our shirts and stuff. So they know exactly who we'll be. To that point, we may have some Boy Scouts and some confirmation children with us. Now, those are high school kids. They will be helping us, but they will be collecting with an adult with them at all times. Nobody leaves that place unless there's a night with them. And it's worked out perfectly in the past. So, I mean, we've made some good money in the past, and we're just hoping and praying it doesn't rain because we don't have a rain date. So, any questions for me?
Nope, you covered everything pretty well for me, and I was just looking at the tide chart just to kind of see when the high tides are going to be, which will help you with the bridge openings that get me nonstop in that area, as it were, all summer long. But yeah, it looks like you.
I have the bridge tender with a Tootsie Roll.
Yeah, there you go. So it looks like it's not going to be a super high tide, but around 12:53 p.m. So that'll be within your window. So it'll kind of help you out a little bit when you're out there. So it's not a real low tide that's going to cause you less openings and kind of not really waste your time, but not net you as many stops, right?
We do pretty good with the stops we get. We're not a young organization, so.
Sounds good. Any questions, Joanne, for you?
No, I don't. They've done this in previous years before
Yep.
COVID, and we haven't had any complaints.
All right, well, I will make the motion. I will make a motion that we approve the request of the Knights of Columbus to conduct their tag day on August 27th, 2022, no rain date, on Stacy Boulevard pursuant to the Gloucester Code of Ordinance, Chapter 11, Sections 11-16, with the caveats that have been mentioned by the applicant, and I so moved.
Second, roll call vote, Chief Smith,
Yes.
Joanne C. notes yes. Motion passes 2 in favor, 0 opposed, and 1 absent. Okay, Mark, you're all set. Just come in anytime during our business hours and I'll issue you the permit. I believe you already left payment for it, so
Yeah.
At your convenience, just come in and pick up your permit.
Okay, thank you.
All right,
You're
good
welcome.
luck, Mark.
Yes, sir, thank you.
Okay, there being no further business.
Motion, yeah, motion to adjourn.
Second, Chief Smith,
Yes,
Joanne C. notes yes. We are adjourned. Thank you very much, Chief.
awesome. All right, we'll talk to you.
Yep, bye.
Bye.